Hi there, I'm the Nature Guy and we're down in the basement of the Nature Center. Today I want to talk about garter snakes, and I have one right here. He hasn't been real happy with me this morning. I kind of disturbed him. I actually should say her, because I know it's a her because she just had babies. That's right, this cage over here where we normally have our garter snakes, there's all sorts of little babies. You might be able to see them crawling around in there. We'll get a closer look later. Well, yes, we've had this one all summer for summer camp to talk about some of the reptiles that live here at Camp Au Sable. And this is a garter snake. Now, garter snakes, like all other snakes, they use their tongue. He's flicking it out there. He's actually sort of tasting the air or smelling, wondering where things are at, where his babies are, who I am. In fact, I've just learned that snakes do a lot of communication between themselves with this sense of smell. They give off chemicals called pheromones. So a male snake can tell a female snake just by its smell. And so that tongue is really important. It's not just a nervous habit. That's how it's tasting the air or smelling what's around. And that's one of the reasons why I have gloves on, because I've been handling some of the other snakes and reptiles here at the Nature Center this morning, taking care of them. And I didn't want her to get all sorts of mixed messages, but I don't know if she even likes the smell of my gloves. Anyway, I'm going to put her back real soon here, because I want to explain a little bit more about snakes. So I'll put her back in this cage with all her babies. And we'll take a look at them in just a minute. Now, one of the things about snakes that's really cool is some snakes lay eggs, okay, that have a shell, and after a while they hatch out and the little ones crawl away. And a lot of reptiles do that, and some snakes do. When snakes do that, we call it oviparous, O-V-I-parous, oviparous, okay? That means that they lay eggs. Some don't lay eggs. The eggs develop into embryos and into little snakes, and they give birth to live young. Viviparous is the name we give for that. So there's oviparous that lay their eggs, viviparous that don't lay eggs, give birth to young, and then there's another one, oviviparous. These guys have eggs that form a shell in the body of the female, and they hatch out and give live birth. So it's kind of a bit of egg and a bit of live birth all mixed together. So snakes have a really interesting reproductive biology. So one morning I really got surprised when I came in and there were babies. There were no eggs, so it's clear that the garter snakes are not oviparous, but in fact they are viviparous. So the problem is I can't find enough small food. They eat worms and slugs and stuff, and I can't find enough small food to feed the babies. So we're gonna let Mama and the babies go outside here just a little bit, so they have a much better chance of surviving. That's where they need to be. There's one of the babies. They're looking for food, and we can't find the right kind of food, so we're gonna let them go. So we're out here close to the water over there at the beaver pond, and we're going to let our snakes go, because that's where they need to be. Now, I'm going to remove some of the material that we had in the snake cage carefully here, because I really want to see how many snakes there are, and we don't just falling out on them. I want to let them all go together so that Mom doesn't go streaking off somewhere and the little ones in another direction. So I'm just kind of removing the stuff. There's a little wee guy in the corner. There's two. I know there's more because I've seen them, but there's a couple of them. They want out too. All right, I'm going to keep cleaning out the cage so we get a real count of how many there are, and then we'll try letting them go. Make sure there's nothing in that. Okay. Mama's not too sure of things here. I don't want her to get out too soon. Whoa, there's a whole stack of them. Well, there are a lot more than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 over there. Looks like she's had a dozen. Well, maybe 13. That's a lot of little snakes. There we go. Sorry, little guys, I'm disturbing you. Oh, Mom's getting a little feisty there. She's striking at me a bit. Okay, we're down to the gravel so we can count everything. So let's see if we can count. I see, counting heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and over here is 13. 13 babies. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 babies. The average is between 6 and up to 18. So this is a good batch of little babies. So now what we're going to do is tip this aquarium over. I've kind of come out here by this hollow log, some birch bark and log here that we're going to just kind of let them crawl out, and hopefully they'll find a good safe space. So we've released all of the snakes now. They've crawled into this rotten hollow log area. So what's the lesson we can learn from? Well, one was, I was really surprised when suddenly there were 13 little babies that I wasn't expecting. You know, it's kind of that way with God. He gives us so much more than we really realize, and so much more than we even ask for. The Bible tells us that if only we'd ask, he has so many more blessings he wants to give us. But I think there's another lesson too, and that is these snakes are all going to get together because of that chemical communication they have between each other. They can find each other. God has a communication system for us, doesn't he? He asks us to pray, and he wants to talk to us. He cares about us, and he wants to be together with us. Those are neat promises that we've learned from the snakes today. That's it for now. See you next time. Bye.